Welcome to Talk with Julie. I'm Julie Wilkes, and today I'm going to be answering a question that came in from my email account, julie@juliewilkes.com. The question came from Jeff, who wants to know how athletes train to get to the Olympics. So here's his question. Dear Julie, I've been watching the athletes in the Olympics, and I've been so inspired. Their strength, their talent, their perseverance, and their endurance, it's just amazing. How do they get to that point? How do they train to be the best in the world? Well, Jeff, thanks so much for your question. And the answers I'm going to give to you, well, there are things that you can do in your everyday life because an Olympic athlete, they just start with one day at a time. They start from with where they are today, and they just look to move the needle of their life, to move their ability to do their skill, their sport, a little bit better each and every day. So that's all we want to do as well, right? All we want to do is take where we are today and be a little bit better tomorrow. So these tips I'm going to share with you are ones that Olympic athletes can follow, but they're ones that we can also follow as well to get to our own podium in our own life. So number one, practice. We've got to practice. Olympic athletes know that it's important to get out there and practice as often as they can, and they have a program and a plan that's going to get them to their goals. And we have to do that as well. A lot of time, life can get in the way, with job and work and everything else. Olympics athletes, their job is to practice. So it makes it a little bit easier for them to, not let other things get in the way. But for us, we have to know that this is a part of what we want in our lives. If we want to be better at something, we've got to practice. So it takes committing, it takes putting in the time, it takes constant feedback, evaluating yourselves, watching yourself to understand the things that you do really well and the things that you can do better, and having a plan. Committing to a plan, committing to a program, and making sure you have a plan B for when life gets in the way. Practice, practice, practice. Number two, we've got to find a coach. Olympic athletes rely on their coach to help them to see the things that they can't see for themselves, to push them, to remind them why it matters and how amazing they can be. And that's what your coach needs to do for you, whether it's a fitness trainer, a group fitness instructor, an accountability partner, or just a friend who knows you and knows what's important to you, somebody that's going to be there to guide you, push you, and help you to see the things that may not be as obvious or that you may overlook because you're so focused on something else. So a coach is key. Sleep. Getting the right amount of sleep is important because that's our restorative process. As we're conditioning our body, it breaks down. As we're using our body, it breaks down. And as we just live everyday life, it breaks down. Stress, pollutants, everything, it breaks the inside down. So we've got to spend time in sleep, restoring our body, repairing our body, allowing us to come back with a full tank of gas every morning so that we can be strong and powerful. If you don't get the right amount of sleep for yourself in each night, consider yourself starting your day on less than a full tank of gas, and you're just not going to be as efficient. Sleep, and restful sleep at that, low, no distractions, cool temperature, dark space, comfortable space. This is important for you and your sleep. When you've gotten a great night's sleep, you're going to be much more powerful. If you're not sure how many hours you should be getting, it ranges anywhere from 6 to 9 according to what your body needs. So do a little bit of testing and experimenting. Try sleeping for 8 hours and then recording how you felt that day. Try sleeping for 8.5 hours. Try sleeping for 7 hours. And then seeing how your body responds to that amount of sleep and find your perfect sleep, optimal sleep time for you, and try to commit to that. Nutrition, key to being a building block or a foundational point to your strength, your endurance, and your power. Eating often throughout the day, every 2 to 3 hours, and making sure you're putting protein and carbs that are coming from natural sources like fruits and vegetables, as well as whole grains. Those are the best ways in order to repair your body with your protein and give your body energy, give your mind energy through your carbohydrates. So talk to a professional in the area of nutrition and dietetics in order to come up with the perfect plan for you. But even just doing one small thing today to help you achieve a little bit greater nutritional level for your own energy systems is a powerful thing. So focus on your nutrition. Water. Hydration is key to endurance. If you are dehydrated, you can cut your endurance down by perhaps up to 50%. So make sure you're drinking water, drinking it often throughout the day. Don't try to chug everything in the morning or at night. Do it throughout the day so that you stay properly hydrated all day long. Your hair, skin, nails, energy levels, metabolic system, everything is going to thank you for it. Goal setting. Goal setting is key. Olympic athletes, they may have had a goal to get to the Olympics, but they had to set some small goals along the way to get there. Maybe it was to get to their state meet, then it was to get to their national meet, and then maybe it was to get to their international competitions, and then finally the Olympics. But you have to start with something small and build your way up to something big. So have short-term and long-term goals that will help you to reach them, and let them be measurable. Let them be something that inspires you. Set your goals and focus on them. Practice towards them. Let your practice be focused on your purpose of your goals. And finally, resiliency. We've got to be resilient in what we do. Life is going to throw you a curveball. Absolutely, there's no question about that. Every day there's going to be things that happen that you don't expect. And so you've got to be able to bounce back. The best athletes in the world have learned how to do this. They may use sports psychologists or other things that help them to be resilient. But have you ever watched, like, a golfer, for example, play one hole and horribly play, just not play their best. And then they have to go to the next one and they have to reset. And they have to know that they need to start over and focus on this being the one and only thing that they're doing. So they've got to bounce back quickly and not let that previous play get in their way. Swimmers, if somebody has a bad swim and then they've got to go out and do another one right away, they can't let that previous failure block them from being their best now. And this is what we've got to do as well. We cannot let the past distract us from the future. We cannot say that the things that we didn't do well in the past, or if something got in our way today, is going to block us from being successful or powerful tomorrow. We've got to bounce back and be resilient. Take a couple deep breaths and just know that you're moving forward in your life, not backwards. So practice your resiliency techniques. Practice deep breathing, practice meditation, practice channeling your stress, and practicing just taking things one step at a time. So there's some of my thoughts for you. Practice. Find your coach. Get the right amount of sleep, nutrition, water, and make sure that you set some goals and make sure that you're trying to keep your body resilient, your mind resilient, and you will be a powerful Olympic athlete, at least in your own life. So there's my thoughts for the day. Here's wishing you an amazing day filled with gold medal moments. Make it a great day. If you have some questions, please send them to me at julie@juliewilkes.com, and I'll make sure to get out here and answer them for you. Thanks for your question, Jeff, and have a great day, everyone. See you next time.